SEO this week, episode number 63. Hey everyone, Clint Butler here, and welcome to another episode. I am going to be honest with you. I didn't feel like doing the news this week. It just really just wasn't a whole lot to talk about. There isn't anything informative. People are saying maybe the algorithm changed, but no one's showing any proof. And all I see is green arrows in my rank tracker. So, frankly, it's kind of at the point of, what's the point? So, what we are going to do is probably a site audit. Kind of go through the process here of what what I find on the site. Maybe help you out figuring out and doing your own site audits. It just makes us all better, I think. And I get to see something new. So I'll look at a niche that I've been interested in for a while, but I have not actually engaged in. And I really want to do it for CPA, cost per action, and generating phone calls. And everyone knows this kind of market is a PPL site, pay per lead site. But really, it's a cost per action. You're creating a website in order to generate phone calls, in order to get paid for that action, to collect phone calls. It would be the same thing if you're using email submit, vertical, and a lot of markets, etc. In our case, we're just going to go for call for action. During this entire process throughout SEO this week, I think we're just going to build the site together. I know that when I do build it, it's going to create some drama. Mainly that, we'll probably get some douchebags that want to hit it for whatever reason, just, because it makes them feel good. But, honestly, it doesn't really worry me because we get the learning experience out of it anyway. Regardless, and frankly, if the niche works, if it works, if it doesn't, then we'll learn together why it doesn't, and we can finally figure that out and build a really cool product. If I do build out this site, I actually want to use the money for a good cause, and I think we're going to use the money that we generate from this site to help out Mission Canine Rescue. If you don't know, I talk about Mission Canine Rescue a lot on my personal YouTube channel, and I also talk about them a lot on Facebook. And really what they do is they find military working dogs, contract working dogs, or law enforcement working dogs that can no longer support their mission of the agency. And agencies, frankly, they just don't have the budget in place to keep dogs in a retirement mode, or pay for excessive medical that puts them in retirement mode. So what they do is they send them to Mission Canine or organizations like them, and that money and then they take care of the medical, they rehome them, or they'll home them with their new handlers, etc. I think it's a good cause. I've been supporting it for quite a while. I do their AdWords for free. We designed their website for them. It was, that came out pretty good. It was a decent project. And all in all, I think that would be a good thing to do for our neighbors while we learn and get some content out of it. And with that being said, I want to audit a couple of these roofing websites for this week, maybe next week. And then we're going to look at keyword research. When we do keyword research, then we'll go look at building the site out for just maybe a real small city or something like that. Nothing crazy, just kind of build it up. And as we go, as SEO, as we continues, if we don't have people that are going to give us site audits, well, that's okay, because we have the roofing project, we can continue going. So with that being said, Kid Prodigo, hello and welcome. I am going to start looking for a site to audit. Share my screen. We'll use this one. There we go. And if any of you guys that are watching, you happen to have a roofing site audit or a site to look at, that'd be cool. Otherwise, we're going to do it ourselves. Let's go to the south, I think. I'm going to go to the south southern United States. Let's dig out a map. We know we're going to do roofing. We know there's a value for it. We know people are looking for it. Let's go to the southern United States and see what we can find. Who needs roofs? I don't know if I want to do Florida. Well, yeah, Florida would be actually a pretty good state to hit. Let's see here. Find out how saturated they are. Miami's kind of obvious. Fort Lauderdale. I guess we're going to do Florida Keys, Homestead. Let's start with Miami. Screw it. Bigger home, right? Miami, Florida. All right, we're going to start off in Miami. Not too many there. Scrolling a little bit more. I want to look down here. Remember, this is part of all of our research stuff. There's 10 according to Google. So there's a lot. And then it shut off the 10 count. So you look at 100 different locations. And a lot of them are not even optimized. Let's see here. We get any reviews down here still? Yeah, I think we're still good. Maps is still an option. Zoom in a little bit closer, see if we can find neighborhood opportunities here. Oh, yep, Little Havana, Apala, Edgewater, Wynwood, Brownsville, Model City, Little Haiti. We can create a map in each one of those locations for our new roofing business. So for these practical purposes of this example, we're going to say we're going to target Miami. So obviously we're going to have a Miami homepage. Then we'll create neighborhood pages. Northeast Coconut Grove, downtown Miami, Little Havana, Alapata, Edgewater. We'll go ahead and hit Wynwood, Model City, Brownsville. Right now, we really don't care about Miami Beach and these three here for North Miami Beach. A lot of money on Miami Beach. Maybe not so much roofing stuff, but it's good for us. There's money there, so maybe occasionally, maybe they own a business or some rental property out here. You know what I mean? So we're gonna hit that. That's gonna be our site. So roofing company in Miami. It's gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pages for each one of those cities. So now we've established relevancy of the location. And then we can actually work on probably getting maps in there too. I don't know if we're going to do that yet, though. We will make one map. We'll see what we do with the rest of that maps idea as this project goes out. So let's look at our competition. First thing we want to do when you're looking at competition is kind of do a site audit of the page, of a page one, maybe the first three of your competition. So Home Advisors doesn't count. We don't care about them. Don't want them. They're, we can beat them eventually. So we don't care. So 1, 2, these two are really our competition. BBB doesn't count. Yelp doesn't count. And then Best Roofing and Rainway Roofing. Those all count. So we're going to look at these three. I'm going to open up 3 because we're going to audit 3 of them as part of this process, right? So TNS, Istio Roofing, and excuse me, Best Roofing. So that's bestroofing.net, ISTUE partial match domain, TNS Roofing Systems, partial match brand domain. So those are really good. Now, how do we do this site audit? First, we're going to run Cora. We know the traffic volume's there. Tools tell us the traffic volume's there. We run Cora. This is the latest version. And he made some cool stuff in here. So I'm going to make sure that's right. I don't care about backlinks right now. All I care about is on page. And I care about the city since we're in Miami. Oh, I gotta search first. Did that wrong. Now it's the city. Miami. There we go. Let's make sure the results are the same. Those are there. Okay. I want to ban home advisor. Make sure I spell it right. Homeadvisor.com. And the other one we want to ban is bbb.org. And then the other one we want to ban is the criminals. Well, Angie Home Advisor owns Angie's List now. I don't know if you knew that. I'm pretty sure it was Home Advisors that bought Angie's List. So you're essentially getting it off the same site. We don't want Angie's List, and we don't want Yelp, because that they don't do the same on page that a local website does. And so a lot of the factors, if you include those in there, it screws up your on-page factors, and you're not optimizing the right way. Trying to beat your local competition, and your local competition on other sites will be opens, right? So we're going to filter those out. I'm going to search one more time. Make sure this is Miami again, just to be safe. And then I'm going to hit get data. Now, when I do this, again, it's going to slow down the live stream. So be a little careful. Hopefully, if you guys can't see that in the screen, let me know. Actually, I know you can't. I didn't say anything. Share the screen. There you go. That's Cora. All that stuff that I just talked about, that's the software that I did it on. So what we're looking at is the top 100 URLs targeting this word. Yeah, the frozen is from Cora running. It opens all those crazy threads and takes all that processing power and kind of freezes everything on my computer now. It's almost time to upgrade, I think. There we go. LSI is flying through. It's over with. Building a spreadsheet. And 1, 2, 3, let's go. It's like waiting for paint to dry sometimes. It is a lot faster though, because I turn off, if you have the backlinks turned off and stuff, it goes. But if you run with that stuff, it'll mess up a lot. So let me run some Cora. Let's see here. What do we use? Roofing Miami. Alrighty, boom. There we go. We don't have a site in the roadmap because we didn't try to rank a site, so that's okay. All right, so look at it. If you look here, the on page really isn't all that big of a deal in here. So it's going to be a lot. Now we know that for that term, we're going to need a lot of backlinks to be competitive compared to the rest of the local sites in the niche. If we had added or left in that Home Advisor and the Yelp and all those whatnots that we took out, then that would have actually probably this thing would look a lot different. There we go. Zoom that in a little bit. Here's the things that we really want to take note of. It's the stuff in the top. Anything in these Cora sheets that down here, these are really negative factors. So if you're over optimized for those, then that's bad. And so you just really want to focus on this. And in here, it's keywords are used in the pages. So it means when we build our content, we have to use all these match terms right up here. The CSS size is a little big bigger, so we need to do that. Head size is bigger. We need to take care of that. That's probably the schema and stuff doing that. Make sure your site is fast. A lot of people are missing out on that. You can see number one result. I bet you that they sped up their site, they would beat this one. Looking at the numbers, across the board, they're optimized better than the number one ranking, but they're slower. So that could be really significant for them if they made their site faster. They should hire a guy that knows how to do that stuff. Number of LinkedIn accounts. That's weird that it was there, but just add a link and add your LinkedIn URL. No big deal. Keywords in the last 100 words. That's the last paragraph. Surprises me, honestly, how often I see that. And like people forget to do that. You'd think that wouldn't matter. Like if you're making content properly, you're going to close it out with a call to action saying you're in your last paragraph for your conclusion. Your keyword would be in there. But if you look in there, that's kind of missing. Let's see. Google result has a host length. I really don't mess with that one very often, just because when you look at it and see what it means, correlates the length of characters in the Google URL host name factor. So yeah, I don't even mess with it. Just saying that that one, and percentage of do follow internal links. Do your good internal linking. So yeah, see, they're all doing pretty good. If you look at it though, number 2 and number 1, really inline CSS. Oh, he's optimized better. Almost in line. Optimized better. This one's optimized better than this one. I think this one's site is so slow that it's hurting them. If they got it down into these numbers, or even closer than to this one, I bet you they would outrank them. Optimize better. This one could do a little bit of work if they wanted to. Optimize better. None of them have maps on their pages for some reason, which is odd. That would be something I would take advantage of because there's maps in those directories. And then keywords in the H5 tags. So again, on page only, it doesn't look like we have a whole lot of work to do. So let's do this. I want to change this up. I want to save this. And I want to rename it. Just because I want to get rid of those banned domains to show you the difference. Delete, save, search. Miami. And I run it again. I want to see really, what we're looking at is how much different is the on-page factors when those other things are no longer valid, when they are in there now, and that'll really help us out. Hey, okay, so who we got with us today? We got Christopher Hubbard, Gabe Jordan, and Kid Prodigio. Prodigio. I like that name, Prodigio. Too bad I can't pronounce it. All right, so 35. Eight factors. The lag will be here in just a second. Hits the LSI. Okay, there we go. So that's almost done. So I need to clean out my folders. Saving. Locked up. And here we go. Here's the on page with those in there. See how that changed significantly? And those kind of skew things up a little bit, don't they? So if you're gonna, I would look at both of those versions, and then you'll actually give you a little bit more intelligence as to what you should be doing here. So let's look at side by side. See that? This is with the Yelps, and this is without. Um, so it makes a big difference. I think there's value in that other one. Maybe not so much in this term because there's some things here that I would really like to. I would add to my site. Let's zoom this in. Search terms, more of your words in the body tag, more of your words in HTML. You're going to take care of both of those issues automatically when you write more content. Keywords in top 10 phrases. So obviously we got to put keywords in our content. Keywords in the span tags. We talked about span tags last week, I'm pretty sure, when we looked at one of the viewers' sites. So if you don't know how to add that in there, that's an option. Keywords in href tags. Yeah, see all this stuff, I would be doing all this inside of my content too. So again, run it with and without, and that's the first step. So we ran our Cora as part of our audits, and now we know that one, the traffic's there, the location's there, there's a market there, and it's going to be really easy to rank based off of on page. So we look at on page and we start our audit of the competition. Look at the keywords, they're in their uses, H1s. That is wrong. Don't want to do that. No H1. Let's look at this one. H1, best roofing. That's about it. Doesn't say anything about Miami roofing. Doesn't say anything about Miami roofing. Doesn't even have one. Doesn't even have 2 or 3. I don't even know how the hell that site's number 2. And doesn't have a good Miami roofing is there. So no good exact match keyword for H1s. H2s, related terms, right? So this one wouldn't be in there if we built it. This one would. This one would not. Look at this site. There's none. This site, related, would not be in H2, would not be in H2, would not be in H2, and would not be in H2. Look at H3s, related to Miami, would not be in H3, doesn't even have one. And Hurricane Irma would not be in H3. And no H4, worthless. And 1, 2 of theirs is relevant to this term. So, but H1 and H4s, if you've been following me a lot, and it would be should be the exact match term. H2 and 3 should be related, partial match, Google Trends match, or match terms from Quora. But you don't want to use exact match in there. So Miami, anything to do with Miami or anything to do with roofing are okay in H2 and H3. And these two should be exact match. So we know right off the bat we're going to optimize our homepage generally better than the rest of these clowns. Let's look at their title. It's long. That we're testing some stuff, and the long doesn't really matter. You can stack it up just like they did, and kind of rank with really super long titles. It's just going to cut it off, but Google's still going to read it. So I'll put Miami roofing. There's a keyword and a lead, so we're good. Miami and roofing, but it's not exact match. So there's an opportunity there. We'll be good. And roofing, not even using it. So that's a good opportunity for us to come in there with a really well optimized site so far and get it. Let's look in the title tag or the meta descriptions. Short meta descriptions here, they're showing long. Everyone's in this site's got a short one. Roofing, no exact match, but there is name match, so it's kind of okay. I bet you if I optimize it, it'll rank better. No exact match, but there is a match. Technically, those are 2 matches from Quora or that we know are related. If you don't have Quora, by the way, and you want to know what a match is, just come in here, look at the search results, and you'll see the bolded terms. Those are the match terms that Quora is pulling out. It's really easy. And then no meta description. What the hell? I bet you this page is ranking on backlinks alone. So no meta descriptions. That's interesting. What else? Let's look at their traffic. SEM rush. We're going to compare traffic. It's part of our audit. Again, we're looking to see, are these guys competitive? Are they going to be easy to beat, or are there SEOs that know their business? Are they coming in here? And the question is, do you determine which optimizations to focus on depending on Quora, on the niche, budget, client requests, or does it all differ at all? When I do the basics, I'm looking at all the stuff that I'm showing you right now, and I'll make all of those changes basic. When we get into Quora, that's advanced, and that's per the keyword. It's not even per the niche, it's per the keyword. So each page gets its own Quora sheet. And then the clients, for a client, it really depends on what I quoted them. And basically, this process will tell you what to quote your clients. So we know, looking at these 3 sites, that they're not optimized very well, and we're probably going to have to beat them with backlinks, right? But what if the algorithm is what Google says it is, and it's on page that really matters the most? And I've seen it where people were ranking in the top 10 with backlinks, and we built pages that beat in and came in to the middle of the top 10 with just on page. So I think there's an opportunity here. So what would I quote this clients right now? If this was a client, you're a Miami roofing contractor, and you came to me right now, you're looking at $1,500, $2,000 for me to build what we're going to build in this video series. And it's really, that's how I would do it. Based off of what we know, just off these top 3 sites right now, is probably going to be a really easy market for us. So let's look at some other keyword opportunities. I want to see traffic, how much they're getting. 1.4K. Let's look at them. Look at them. I'm gonna go back and just look at some keywords. Brand names, good. They're doing good on their branding. Miami roofing, just the inverse of what we're looking at. So that's okay. Miami, Florida. There's some good opportunities here for keywords. So we know what we can do is, when we do our homepage and we're ranking our fictitious roofing company, we're gonna throw in some inverse of these in our H tags. Miami roofing contractor. There's Miami roofing Miami. We kind of pick it up all in one shot. Roofing Miami, Florida. That's going to be in our content, or we can hit some H tags if we really wanted to. I want to get greedy with it. A lot of this stuff is definitely going to be in our content, all or variations thereof, to make that go. You probably only need 1,500 words just to be safe. I'll just do 1,300 as standard practice anyway for all my stuff, and then we add and delete as needed. Miami roofing companies. This is all really, I bet you, because they're ranking for Miami roofing Miami. The rest of this is picking up for them, so that's going to be pretty easy to replicate. Let's look at them. Metal cleaning products, which is the flute that they're Metal Roof Miami, Roofing Miami. These guys aren't doing as well. If they had optimized their page better, they would have gotten some of the same stuff that these guys are doing. When we look at backlinks, it's probably going to see that their anchor text is carrying them over. But that's just a guess right now. We haven't opened it up. We'll see. Miami Roofing. See, better optimization. And get some more traffic. And look how much different that traffic volume is between those 2 search positions. And this one, they're actually kicking both of their competitions, but Best Roofing, Best Roofing Incorporated, Best Roofing in Florida. Not really a lot of traffic volume there. Emergency Roofing Repair is their first one. That's a good one, especially in Florida. First Baptist Church. That's weird. Bears Furniture. That'd be weird. This is a really good example of piggybacking on your client's name. if you do SEO work, for example, for a specific client, make a page about them. While they're your client, don't go over there and outrank them. But if they stop, go over there and rank your page for their brand name. It's a really good opportunity to piggyback on that traffic. Roofing replacement is really good. So good traffic, a lot of keywords. And impressed that they actually have that much traffic looking at their homepage. All right, so now we want to look at anchor text, 10% best roofing. Everyone's telling you don't go over what is it, 1% exact match or whatever the flavor of the day is. Right now we already know 10%. Let's see, the name, roofing, partial match, and then a bunch of junk or URLs. So this is an SEO doing this, and he's not doing a very damn good job of it. Just using mainly URLs to quote unquote pillow, and then the brand name, and then the probably, I bet you this is the owner's name. If we probably dug deeper, see how many of his backlinks are blog comments. Exact mat or URL, brand, visit the website, and then keywords, visit the website, Christmas gutters. I love anything that likes to protect you. Somebody's probably negative SEO in them. And being a douche. We could look at if we cared that much, we could probably look into that and see what they did. So it'd be a good opportunity to reach out to them if they weren't ranking in the top 3, and say, "Hey, can we clean this up for you?" That might be a good idea, but obviously it's not hurting them. It doesn't seem to be hurting them, so it's not really an opportunity there. Broken links, not to worry about. Let's see what the site's made with. WordPress. All right, so I think we're good there. Now I just want to see, are they using structured data? So I'm going to fire this off for all 3 sites. URL timed out. Run this again. They're using organizational structured data. Probably got Yoast installed. Yeah, I bet you Yoast or all-in-one SEO is installed, is populating that for them. No local structured data, and no local structured data for this site. So again, we can just come in here with on page and probably crush these guys fairly easily, I would bet. Let's look at the overall look. So when we get into keyword research, we want to look at this stuff too. And I'm almost done, but I think I've given you a lot of homework, to look at this stuff. But you can look at the keyword research for the home pages in your market, or if you want to, just follow along the same one. Come into the Miami roofing area and look at that. And see what they're doing, see what their optimization is like. This one has some opportunities. This one's is a picture. If they're paying for an SEO agency, they need to fire them. That's literally a picture. How is that ranking at all? So home, yeah. See, it's a picture and that. Let's look at the code. I want to see if there's any hidden stuff in here. Themes, South Florida, trusted. For code, it's a lot of JavaScript. They're paying for HubSpot, so they got money. This is an opportunity to reach out to these guys. They're paying for HubSpot. They got money. They're paying for remarketing, so they're advertising, so they get it. They pay for HubSpot, and they're using their HubSpot analytics, so they get marketing and the need for digital marketing. And they were just sold a crappy website, a shitty homepage. Let's look at their services pages. Pretty thin. We'll close SerpWorks. And that's it. Metal roofs. Some videos and content. It's not too bad. That's a good use of their old work projects to kind of highlight that stuff. It's not too bad. Let's see what other ones. Tile roofs. And these pages would work really well with your the neighborhood stuff that we talked about at the beginning of the show, where we make those neighborhood pages. These are relevancy pages. You're doing tile roofs, metal roofs. What other ones that they have? Tiles, metal, and shingle. I would do some more relevancy pages talking about the solar roof from what's its nuts. What is it called? Tesla. The Tesla solar roofs. That would be a good opportunity. Or this is a roofing company, and there's that Power Up or network marketing company, but they have affiliates where, let's say that they don't hire this company for a roof and they want to go to the Power Up guys. Well, they're still going to make money from that if they had another solar roof panel opportunity here. That's pretty good. You can make, I think, with that Power Up company, it was a couple $100 a sale, just referring people to them. So that's not too bad. Recognition, kind of useless. Let me see what they do with their contact us page. There's their map, but it's not their GMB map. That kind of goes in line with it. They don't have an SEO working with them that really cares about schema and map marketing. So let me look in here. They are number one in maps. You can't hate on it too bad. And then maybe just proximity. I'm not sure. I'm searching from Irvine, California in the browser. I can switch it to Miami and see if that makes a difference. I'll drop it right there in Miami. Change this up a little bit. I shared the name of that plugin last week too. Manual geolocation. That's the name of it. The downside is it's kind of a pain in the ass to get it to switch over. There you go. It's Miami, Florida now. Look, they're gone from the Miami, Florida map. So their map marketing isn't any good. Bastards. They suck. Are they in here? And they're not in the maps list either. So that schema and their lack of the maps is hurting them. If you guys want a client, I would call these people up. And that's what I would do. They're right there. They're marketing. They're paying for retargeting. They're paying for HubSpot, so they know what marketing is. It's a good opportunity for a client right there. So if you're in the Florida area, you should call them up. Do you have rule or tell them anchor text from point of view? Anchor text. I'll show you that one. And then we'll close out the show because I don't want to really get into keyword research. So the question is, do I have a rule of thumb for anchor text? And I look at the search engine competition. So let's go. We want to do, because I know you're in web design. We're going to look at web design. We'll stay in Miami. I like to run SerpWorks for this just because it makes it easier. And you can see where I'm located. That plugin check Google Maps, I think, and I'm located there. Pretty awesome. And we want to let this anchor cloud populate. So if I want to rank for web design in Miami, I would pop in here and see what they're doing. 2% web design Miami, and then a bunch of partial match, right? Let's see here. Partial match, 50%. It's in there, but it's partial match. So we know right now we're probably going to go partial match your or backlinks. It's in their URL. If you think about it being a word, so you can essentially call it partial match. Here's a partial match, and no exact match so far. So right now we know we're probably going to stay away from exact match. Miami web design is partial match. It's the inverse of the word that we're looking for. So it's partial match. Web designers, it's a match if you were thinking about it from the core perspective. If you remember that core sheet that I sent you, web designer is probably in there. Partial match, web design, there's exact match, 1%. Finally, we got down to this far and saw exact match. So you really got to do it by keyword. Let me show you another example. See if this is still the same. They might have changed it around a little bit. Look at Seattle. Let's go wait for this to populate. The last time I checked this, they were at like 30% exact match. I'm gonna wait for Ahrefs. There we go. Web design 14%. Seattle web design 5%. And then a bunch of partial match. So they've changed the competition around a little bit. 8%. Seattle web design 6%. Seattle website design 8%. So partial match. It would be exact match if that's what he's really targeting, right? And then partial match. Some partial match. So number 1 and 2 is really where we want to be, and we know web design, Seattle web design 5%. So I would probably try to match this this profile right here. 22% brand name, 14% partial match for lack of a better term, and 5% exact match. Let me do this one. There you go. Brand name, partial name, exact. 21, 8, 6. Almost in line with that other company, right? Those are 1 and 2. And that's really how I do it. Just look at the top 10 though. Don't make an assumption based off of 1 and 2 like I just did in that video. Go through all of them. And as you build up towards these two, I would be doing what these guys did. Is these long tail? That's probably the title of something. The URLs, company, and term. 33% exact match. So the brand and the exact match, and then this is partial match. So just a flip of the top. So right now, looking at 1 and 2, if you're making assumptions, 1 and 2, they overdid it on this website design term, which is really broad. They should increase their brand to flip those numbers around and make some more of these. Or maybe, well, when they do that, they're going to have to make more of these because that percentage is going to change, obviously. Let's look at this one. No, same one. This one. 16% exact match. And then URLs. And then their brand. Do more brand. That's what I would do. Do more brand. And then do some partial match. Website design like the other company did. That's what I would do. Brand. Partial match. No exact match. Make some exact match. Yep. So you kind of break that all down. I am actually going to do I'm creating a course for our team. And I'm actually making a software that will figure this out for you. Basically, what it's going to do is pull in from Ahrefs all of those backlinks and all of those anchor texts. It's going to help you classify them. Obviously, AI can't do all the classifications, so you have to do some manual stuff. And then it will compare and it'll basically tell you which kind of backlinks to make, which kind of anchors to use, specifically which the anchors and the anchor percentages that you should be around to be statistically comparable to the top 100 in the search results, and more specifically to these top 3, which is really the position you want to be in, the top 3, right? So I've already started the what you can call it, the writing down the mapping, writing the specs for the software. It's going to be web-based, and it's going to be tied in with my SEO course. And that's, people have been bugging me that I should create an SEO course. I've been staying away from courses for a long time, but I got so much knowledge, and I think it's a good opportunity to kind of monetize that knowledge a little bit. And then more importantly, I want to make that software. I think it'd be really cool and help out people, especially with this anchor text thing. There's so much crap about, percentages, and you should have no more than 5%, and et cetera. And, we just looked there, and the average is 5 to 6, and partial match is even higher than that. If you keep digging around in that term, Gabe, especially the web design stuff, you can see it real clearly. Some cities there's 33 to 35% exact match, and that's what Google is, it wants for that one. So I think that's really, I think this tool is going to be real helpful, and I'm pretty excited about making it. I think this project is going to be really cool too. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, Q&A. We got 10 minutes. Well, 5 minutes. So if you have questions, drop them in now. Otherwise, I'm going to call it a day. And we got one from Christopher Hubbard. This question I have an e-commerce client with 650 to 800 unique internal outlinks on 75% of the pages to all the other pages of the site. My gut says it is wrong. So when we talk about internal linking, the number one site to look at for internal linking is Wikipedia. I think that's really where SEO is kind of figured out that how important that is, because when you're doing internal linking, you're doing a couple things. You're passing the juice around from all of your site to the other pages, and 2, you are creating a better flow for the bots to make sure everything gets picked up. And really, that's really the basis of silos. So if you can make a decent silo and interlink those, then you're good. Now, would I interlink all of my pages and put a whole crap ton of links on my pages linking throughout? If you literally have 650 to 800 links on every page, then that's, you've really destroyed your silos. I would take all that down. I would make your interlinking about your silos. And I just did this a little bit on another version of the show. Let me go to the board. Woo-hoo. Did this on another version of the show. My silos look like this. This is the money page. And 1, 2, 3, 4 supporting pages. That's how they all start. These are all interlinked. And then these go up. Right? And you only build as many money pages as it takes to rank this as high as you can using your on-page optimization. So you did your advanced on-page optimization, i.e. you ran Cora and you applied all that technical stuff you already know, right? You've done that. Now you put that in there, and it ranks to wherever it ranks. So let's say you did your advances at number 9. Then you added 1, 2, 3 pages. Typically I use 4, but 1, 2, 3 pages. And then it moves up to, let's say now it's at position number 5. You add the 4th page, it stays at 5. Now you're at the backlinks point. So that's where you can start getting rid of your think about your interlinking like that. If, like I said, if they have 650 to 800 internal on a page, clearly that's wrong. Um, right, and you're correct. He said that the problem using Wikipedia for that basis of this year's scale, right? So if you had a bajillion pages and you did it like Wikipedia does, and they want to get all their pages done, they need to put more links on there, right? But the theory of internal linking is still the same. So if you're the bigger your site is, the better your internal linking structure needs to be, so that Google, the bot, can find the new stuff. Unless you have really good sitemaps and all that other built out too, or you're manually submitting the new URLs each time that you write. But my guess is most people don't even do that. So I would stick with that. Find your money pages, the primary money pages for your client, which is probably, if ecom, is going to be your categories. And then send your supporting pages to each one of those categories. And the product links, if those are all the products themselves, if those are interlinked like Amazon does with your similar products, then that's probably okay. You can get away with that. But from a conversion standpoint, you don't need a whole lot on there. Look at Amazon; they've tested it, so they have what, their product, products like, the descriptions, and then more products like. And then the products like sections are what, maybe 10 products each. So don't go nuts. Again, you can eliminate a lot of that stuff. Increase the crawl rate, which will increase the indexing, which will boost the power of the product pages, which in turn boost the power of the ranking, the category pages, which Google likes to rank better with the e-commerce site anyway. I got excited, so that's why I'm out of breath now. Holding my breath. Let's see. And Kid Prodigy, his question was, I'm struggling to get my first client. Any tips trying to close and pitch like a pro? First, stop trying to close and pitch like a pro. Unless you are a pro, then you just kind of come off as fake. Talk like who you are. They want to deal with people, that whole saying, people buy people, they don't buy products. And that's, that's kind of crap, especially in our market. But they got to get through a lot of bullshit to get to you. And that's just the way it is. They're getting inundated. I have an agency and I get 3 to 10 robot calls a day telling me my business listing is bad. I get 5 to 15 emails telling me about how they can do guest posting for me on HubSpot, or they send me that same list that I don't know. I swear they're all sharing the same list of blogs and how they can get me published on there. Then I get the 5 to 15 emails telling me about how they want me to outsource my SEO to them, and then I get another 10 or 15 saying, "Hey, we want you to buy SEO." So that's what you're trying to get through. And if it's your first client, don't ask for a lot. But don't undervalue your pricing either. Racing to the bottom is just a race to the bottom. That's all it is. So I would not accept less than $750 for a local client. You'll find two things when you do that. People who have $750 to market or to invest in their SEO get it, and they're not a pain in the ass. And then also, if they get you to drop your prices, they're going to get you to do all kinds of other things at the same time, because they're giving you their hard-earned money and you owe them, and you will do all X, Y, and Z. And frankly, that's just not a relationship you need to be in. So set your pricing at $750. Don't be a sales pro. Be honest. Hey, I'm looking to start my new agency. I've been doing search engine optimization for 1 or 2 years, and I'm looking to work with a partner that is local to me and that is willing to take a chance on a local business. Here's what I want to do for you. For $750 a month, I want to handle all of your search engine optimization and your social media marketing. Throw in that social media thing, they'll dig it, and you can do their posts, and that really takes 15, 20 minutes to create that. So now you've sold SEO, you've offered a bonus service, and you're giving them a discount because you're brand new, and you want some case studies to prove that you can do what you want to do. And you will be surprised at how many people will take you up for that. Especially if you put on your website that you have a minimum fee of $1,000 or $1,500, you're automatically giving them a discount to be a case study. So especially if you're really a good personality. So I'm not a sales guy. That's not what I do. So I don't bullshit people on a phone call. If your site's great and I can't help you, guess what? I'm not going to try to sell you. Versus if your site's crap, and I'm going to point it out to you, show you why, what I think you should do, and then I think that kind of carries over and it helps me close deals. I closed a deal for $5,000 last week, a month for SEO, just doing just that. So I think you can do it too, as long as you get your mindset right, and really don't pitch. They're all getting pitched. Just call them up and say, hey. All right. Any other questions? All right, last call. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Thank you very much, guys, for coming and watching live. I appreciate the interaction. SEO this week, episode number 63. I think we'll stick a fork in it. It's done. Remember, next week we're going to carry on with keyword research in our roofing project, and then the following week after that we'll actually start building the site out for Miami. A little bit about the content stuff. Well, that might be kind of dry, so I'll try to get some content done before they hand. But next week is really digging into keyword research, doing keyword research right. It's not looking at a tool, seeing what the search volume is, and saying, "Ta-da! That's the word I want to rank for." I'm going to show you how to do it right. And do it once versus over and over again. So with that being said, this has been SEO This Week, episode number 63. Thank you, and see you next week.